Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CWR Clash of Randles podcast with your host, JKD, with my co-host.
Hey, the co-host of Dream Machine, aka Mr. Hardbody himself.
Yep,
Hey, please subscribe,
yep,
hit that alert,
yep,
hit those likes,
yep,
and comment sometime. We love to hear your comments, whether it's questions, whether it's something you like or dislike.
yep,
Today we're gonna be focusing on Raw and NXT.
yep.
So, my brother, how things been going with you?
And not much, man. I'm so excited for you know NXT Takeover. Then you got SummerSlam. Then this Thunderdome thing they got going on. Man, I'm looking forward to it. But let's get started with Monday Night Raw. As you know, the classic WWE intro. Also, Retribution takes control of the production truck. Drew
Yeah,
McIntyre hitting up a good old
and
promo.
that was a good promo.
However, Retribution had other plans, for the Raw brand. So, you know, with that situation, I mean, the promo was really good, but with that, I give it a C plus because they did something different. This week, decided doing, the classic old, just trying to chase everybody around playing tag and stuff.
Uh,
So
I just gave it an L because it just messed up the flow of the show. It messed up the flow of the segment.
to me, it was the
It
least.
took it took away from the seriousness of the segment.
I mean, to me, I mean that was pretty serious. I mean, to me, that's like the least thing I even cared about that whole show, really.
Hmm.
I mean, but however, let's move on to the United States title picture between Apollo Crews and MVP.
Oh
You
man,
know,
a
Shelton
great
Benjamin.
feud, man.
I know. I differ. I have my opinion about that, but uh, Cruz and Benjamin went at it for a second time this week. Uh, Not as great as the first one, but I'm kind of glad they did try to make up with it by having a six-man tag match.
Right.
Involving Ali and Cedric and Ricochet. So
This match was what it was. It got messed up with this foolishness about the 24/7 title,
not all the way through,
which
but
it caused Shelton Benjamin to lose.
should have
You
been
know,
distracted anyway. So I mean,
it was dumb.
either way, uh,
Big
I
big fight after the match.
yeah. However, I wouldn't grade it because I rather grade the whole thing altogether
Okay.
to a six-man tag match. So let's move on to Angel Garza and Ivar. Now, obviously, before the match even happened, Demi Burnett from the Bachelor, it seems like they're trying to turn Raw into the Bachelor. You know,
I don't see where she looked good at.
I
Whatever.
have my opinion about that one also. However, it seemed like Garza and Ivar are going for it, and either way, that led up to a matchup which Garza easily got the win. I was giving Garza and Andrade plenty of momentum heading towards SummerSlam.
Yes, it did.
So with that, and also with that match, it led up to this CCT thing that Samoa Joe was talking about, where camera was all around and stuff like that for any pretty much like GTV all over again, pretty
Right.
much. So with that, that also
Angelo Dawkins.
yes,
Hmm.
that led up to CCT as they say, showed that Zelina Vega poison was the one who poisoned Montez Ford, which is pretty obvious. So
Well, did she poison? Maybe because she was
yes,
just
she did.
standing by it.
Yes, she did. It was just sitting there.
I would just make a new storyline out of it.
Don't try to prolong this stuff, man. She just did it. Don't try to prolong it, man.
Can you just add in? Well,
No,
okay.
don't try to prolong it,
I
man.
would just act like the Viking Raiders did it, man.
No, that's all right. Moving
I
on.
would. Hey, that would be a good storyline.
All right, so
They
my
need to get
co-host
me a
believe.
co-writer.
Uh, so my co-host like to tell you that the Drew McIntyre promo was so great that was like the biggest worry in the show, but
It wasn't the biggest worry in the show. It just you hate to see
disappointing.
quality stuff
Yeah,
get messed up with foolishness.
but yeah, I think my biggest worry about the show was the returning legend of Mickey James coming back against returning Natalia and Lana, which I don't know why. For one thing, like is Lana character like a TikToker or something as her character now? Like, cause she just do TikTok and stuff. Is that her thing now? As a WWE character now?
She pretty much just a hanger on, I guess, a social media social media
I don't know. Either way, that
clown.
I don't know. Either way, Natalia and Mickey James had a matchup, which obviously was kind of disappointing.
That's another one.
I really disappointed. Really was a disappointing return for Mickey James, which I can understand how she feels, because
There was absolutely zero focus on the match.
I wouldn't not say just zero focus, but it was really disappointing the fact you add another like rivalry to like just not focus on like the women's matchup, let alone you lose in your return match and then lose by count out.
And then you almost lose off screen because by the time they got to 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, that's when they finally switched, put the camera back on them.
So
So
really, this is not based on the match. Really, to me, this is based on WWE caring about the women's
right,
division. So for this one, I give it an F just because the WWE didn't really care about this matchup at all.
and if you don't care, why should we?
Either way, let's talk about
Very disrespectful.
the
Excuse me.
golden role models: Sasha Banks, Bailey, taking on the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, and the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. Which there was actually a pretty good tag team matchup, even with Shayna Baszler missing out
Right.
and Nia Jax getting involved. It actually made the match a little bit more better too. And like now that they're prolonging Baszler and Jax going at it. So, but for one, that was a pretty good tag team matchup actually.
Yeah, the golden role models, they're doing what they our heel should do, a heel team should do.
Yeah.
And it's cheat, be very belligerent and out there with their where they act. Uh I don't get Nia Jax though because
We'll talk about that on a later point during
right.
Raw Underground.
But
However,
that was kind of funny when she knocked that thing down on Shayna Baszler.
either way, I give this match an A minus. Actually, it was a really good matchup for tag team,
I'll give it I'll give it an A.
especially for like Shayna Baszler come back then and tap out Bailey, which should give her a future opportunity for the SmackDown Women's Champion actually. So,
Mm-hmm.
but let's continue on with the women's division as we see Riot Squad member Ruby Riot taking on iconic member Peyton Royce, which once again Iconics got over the Riot Squad, which Peyton Royce got the win over Ruby Riot after she got pushed after she put Ruby Riot into Liv Morgan, which led to the ending of Ruby Riot when she got put the when she got the deja
Deja
vu
vu.
put on. So yeah.
I think Peyton Royce is getting ready to be a big solo. I don't know about how big, but she's getting ready to get a push.
Mm.
Um, Riot Squad, they need to go ahead and either make them a tag team or break them up. Getting tired. I'm getting tired of this back and forth between the two.
I mean, they just got back together, so I mean, it's kind of dumb. However, let's move on to more something serious as we talk about Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins.
Ooh, now you can't get
Dominic
more
two,
serious than that.
Dominic two, Seth Rollins one. And the reason why I say Dominic two, I mean, if you have not seen Monday Night Raw, you know Dominic got over more than Rollins ever. Actually, it's Dominic three actually over one, with Rollins having one. First time getting over Rollins after he injured Rey Mysterio and then outsmarted Murphy and Theory. Then second time with the kendo stick situation, Rollins got over, with the initiation, and all of a sudden the Mysterios got over Rollins and Murphy again, this past week on Raw. And I think I think the promo was getting better and better with the Mysterio, even though I was not a big fan of the eye versus eye thing, eye for eye thing, and all this stuff. But like the promos and the segments
Yes,
are really good. Actually, it lives up to its hype just
yes.
like that.
I think
So
this is some of the best promos Raid have done in a long time.
yeah, so for me, this one actually gets an A, a true A actually. With once again, Dominic got the kendo stick man, just man beat the crap out of Murphy and along with giving it to his dad, beating the crap out of Murphy and Rollins. So this was pretty good promo.
Right.
Well, not pretty good promo, but pretty
I
good
have no
segment.
complaints. I can. This match will make you want to buy Raw. If you had to buy SummerSlam, this match right here will be one of the matches that will make you want to buy it.
Yeah,
It's worth the price of admission.
it was pretty good. As we move on to your boys, the Hurt Business taking on Ricochet, Mustafa Ali, and Apollo Crews in an elimination tag team matchup. Now, obviously, Crews had the opportunity to pick two of his friends, whether it was Alexander, Ricochet, or Ali. Obviously, him picking Ricochet and Ali because of Alexander once again felt the power of Bobby Lashley with well, as he started to say, the full Lashley.
Well, he didn't exactly really get it put on him, but earlier, but
Small duo,
you
but did
know,
do something.
but hey, just a little bit of arms wrapped around you probably hurt, so I can understand that.
But either way, obviously, the Hurt Business, you know, the Hurt Business got a win over one.
Yeah, with Shelton being eliminated first,
Yeah, so disappointing, but
and then getting beat right after that for the 24/7 title by Cedric
Cedric,
Alexander as he snuck out there.
at a moment, it did think that Cedric was gonna, join her business. But
It's not over yet. Nah.
I still want to say it. I mean, hey, it could be a moment where like they just do the most cliche thing in WWE history by having one person turn on their friend. Is the most
Yeah.
cliche thing you ever seen. However, overall, with Sheldon Benjamin and Apollo Crews setting up for the 6-man tag, it was actually a B
Right.
for
Hold
this
on.
whole.
Tell who all got eliminated in order. Cause
Um, yeah, we
uh,
know. Yeah, we know.
Ali got eliminated.
Okay,
Yo,
and Ricochet too.
Ricochet.
He's, hey, he's telling me. This man's telling me to name him, but yeah, he was the one who named him first. So
Hey, MVP got taken out, but the Almighty was not getting beat.
obviously, however, let's talk about Shane McMahon's Raw Underground. Now, obviously, it started with Eric taking on some jabroni, which led to Dolph Ziggler getting
And I like Dolph Ziggler and this a change. It's 4 out of 10. He did all right.
like yeah. So it led to Eric taking on Dolph Ziggler, which obviously, hey, Raw Underground has no rules, so I mean, hey, I can't say anything about Dolph Ziggler doing it. But obviously, the show off got the win over Eric, little thumb to the eye, and then all of a sudden just showed them out, man. And then all of a sudden, while celebrating, also Ivar came out of nowhere, man, pounced the mess out of him outside of the ring into the crowd,
Hmm.
man.
Then you had Riddick Moss um, taking on
Arturo,
Maturo Rua.
man, they were going off, man.
And
And also, it went off, man, until like there was no decisive winner.
and they should have continued it.
Man, they were going at it, man. They were going to get other folks too outside the ring. I mean, hey,
And we don't have to talk about Riddick Moss and his push. Now I realize I found out news why Riddick Moss lost his push.
yeah. So I mean, he could talk about that, even though I wasn't planning on. But hey, no,
Oh, I was gonna talk about it later on, but yeah, I can talk about it now. Actually, what happened was he caught COVID-19
mm,
right after he lost the 24/7 title. He was actually supposed to get the 24/7 title back and have a pretty lengthy run with it. So that what happened with that situation to him.
okay. I thought it was his brother, but okay. But either way, Ron Underground actually kind of concluded with none other than Marina Shafir, obviously, along with Jasmine Duke and Shayna Baszler being by her side. Beat so Randall Jabroni, obviously, but Nia Jasmine knocked out of nowhere. Then knocked out Jasmine Duke, which led to Baszler and Jax continue their rivalry against each other once again. However, we don't know. They're probably gonna have it payback,
Yeah, that
obviously.
should be it. It's not gonna be
So
at SummerSlam.
either
It's gonna
way,
be a payback.
I conclude Raw Underground together with like actually with the B plus on this one.
Hmm.
B plus on this one. However, as we continue with Angel Garza and Andrade versus the Street Profits rivalry, obviously we know about Zelina Vega was the one who poisoned Montez Ford, and this led up to Montez Ford taking on Andrade, man. And let me just say, the man was fired up. However, the match wasn't that great. But even though, man, I like the fact, that he came back, and all that stuff from the poison situations like that. But either way, I still give it a C though.
I can see that being a payback match. Also, maybe a 6-person tag or a rematch for the tag title
Yeah.
at payback.
So let's talk about the main event. Well, the main event segment, as we like to talk about my co-host's favorite superstar back in the Attitude Era, Shawn Michaels.
You better get out of here with
Uh,
that.
so Shawn Michaels, and obviously, man, when they said Shawn Michaels was gonna speak, you can't tell me it was not gonna happen, especially like Shawn Michaels, Randy Orton history. So, but yeah, Shawn Michaels speaks out about Ric Flair. Obviously, Randy Orton pretty much considered one of the best heels in WWE to this day, actually.
He is the best here right now.
And with him taking out Edge, Christian, Big Show, and Ric Flair, I mean, it was pretty obvious he was gonna take out Shawn Michaels. And then with Drew McIntyre coming out, got another RKO in on Drew. We don't know what SummerSlam could be like, but there's been rumors. Obviously, you don't necessarily have to believe in rumors all the time, but there's been rumors about Randy Orton winning. I might still go for my guy Drew. He fought too hard for that day title,
Well,
man.
I got turned off by Shawn Michaels not selling the kick, man. I was like, this dude didn't sell the kick. Oh,
Chill,
bit.
chill, chill. It's just Shawn Michaels, man. Either way, that whole segment, I do give it a C minus on that one. I give it a C minus on that actually.
I give it a D for not selling the kick.
Bro, can you like lead the business along? Either way,
Cause he
like,
should have sold the kick.
but damn, bro, it's just Shawn Michaels, man. Can you just lead the dang?
Cause I know how Shawn Michaels is. That'd have been Shawn Michaels back in the day. He would have been out laying down for like 6 months.
I don't even want, man. I don't even want to sell the. I don't even want to sell the point either myself. If it's Randy Orton, to be honest. However, let's go ahead and move on to the best brand of WWE, as most people say, the
Yeah,
black
the
and yellow
best
brand.
brand.
We got to talk about NXT, man. Let's hit up NXT and let's go ahead and get started. As we see a NXT North American title ladder match qualified between Johnny Gargano and Ridge Holland, which obviously, it was a really good match, obviously, with Gargano. Well, actually, no. Before Candice LeRae got a distraction, obviously. And then also Gargano hit the one final beat on Holland, which tells you, man, Holland's is a competitive guy, man. He's a that's a hard opponent to beat. It was a pretty good matchup, which I actually give it a solid B.
Yeah, I was fascinated by the match, ooh, especially the spot where he got dropped on his head. I thought he was hurt for real. Um, yeah, definitely, I'll give it an A minus. It was a good match. Didn't like the cancel of Ray interfering at the end, but hey, it's good to have that happen because he's that kind of heel.
Exactly. So let's move on with Dakota Kai taking on Jesse Camille. As man, obviously Dakota Kai got the GTK on him. However, the bigger story was Io Shirai, Jeans of the Sky came out and trying to take out Io Shirai to a big mommy cool. Raquel Gonzalez came out and
Put that boot to her face.
laid out the champ, helping out Kai, which means you can't tell me that Raquel Gonzalez is going to be a big factor in that matchup. So either way, it was a B. Leading up, building up the NXT Women's Championship match. So as also look onto the cruiserweight side of things, as we see Legado del
Del
Fantasma
Fantasma.
taking
Yes.
on Brazongo and a potential cruiserweight champion contender, Isaiah Swerve Scott.
I think this might have been the best match of the night.
It was a really good matchup. Just looking at
It was a
obviously.
good tag match.
Yeah, and obviously, Legado del Fantasma showing once again why they're one of the best tag team on the brand. With actually from NXT, one of the best things going on for NXT and 205 Live, beating Brazongo and Swerve, and that obviously deserves a good hard-earned A.
Yeah, that's a A, especially with the end, how the end went down. A, and I can't wait for the triple threat on the pre-show.
Exactly. We get to see your boy, the Brilliant Brawlers, Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan taking on Brazongo, taking on Legado del Fantasma members Joaquin Wall and Raul Mendoza.
That's right.
As a look on Adam Cole, obviously Adam Cole and Pat McAfee promo against each other. Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee. I mean, hey, Pat McAfee, man. He's an okay guy.
He can talk. He
I have
can
a,
talk.
I have strong opinions about him about the things he do in life, but I will admit his promo was pretty good. I like. He showed a lot of confidence, man. I like that a little bit, man. Despite how much I don't like him, he got good confidence. He had a pretty good promo. However, Adam Cole shoot back so hard. He shoot back so hard at Pat that man, like it makes you seem like man, you ready to want to see this match. Cause most people, when Adam Cole get a promo, it made me see like man, I'm ready to see Adam Cole beat Pat McAfee so
Especially when he
bad.
took out security by himself,
Exactly,
and
man.
Pat McAfee was like, "Dang, the
Man,
way
go ahead
he
and get the
looked."
crew out here, man. Like, just get the crew back up there, man. That's what I'm talking about right there, man. Now, I'm not gonna lie, despite the fact I'm gonna hate to what I'm gonna see for this match, I'm actually dying to see this match, how it's gonna go down. I'm looking forward to see how they go down. So either way, I actually give this a B. B plus actually. I mean, this was a pretty good back and forth
I gave it a B
promo.
minus. I think uh they should have let Adam Cole get a little heat back on him, as far as give him at least punching him or knocking him down or something. But they're trying to
Uh,
save all of. I see what I understand where you come from. They're trying to save it for the show itself.
all right, but let's move on back to the women's division. We saw Rhea Ripley taking on Shotzi Blackheart versus Mercedes Martinez and Aaliyah from the Robert
Robert
Stone.
Stone brand.
You sound so excited compared to how you were like weeks back and months back actually.
Hey man, hey,
I mean, I've been feeling good about the Robert Stone brand for so long
hey,
that you
hey.
you come and have mixed feelings. Whatever,
Hey, don't
man.
get on me about that, man.
But man,
I don't know nothing about that.
let's talk about this matchup. This was actually a pretty compelling matchup. Shotzi Blackheart showcasing some of her moves and stuff that while Rhea Ripley, getting her revenge against Mercedes Martinez. However, man, that power bomb though, that power bomb
Yeah, the
outside the
power
ring.
bomb at the end.
I know they had to kill Mercedes Martinez a little bit, man. I hurt her a little bit for being on straight concrete. However, that lit up for obviously Blackheart and Ripley getting the win, with Blackheart getting the win over Aaliyah. Obviously a C plus with that one. So
Yeah, cause it's a C plus to me because I didn't understand the end of it, where Aaliyah was laying down for 5 hours, and then Shotzi Blackheart still, even though she got crossed on the top rope, she still was able to get jump off and hit the senton.
yeah. Also, man, we gotta talk about the fact. Obviously, for those who don't know, Shotzi Blackheart actually was about to run late for that matchup.
Oh,
For those
really?
who don't know, her car got stolen one night, and
Man, get out of here,
her
man.
bags got her the most important part was her bags were gone. More importantly, her helmet was gone. Obviously, the story of the helmet was that she was actually training for 7 years or so. And that helmet will always been in the ring ever since they trained. And once she was getting ready for her first match, she asked the trainers for that helmet, which is why that helmet was very valuable to her. I mean, she didn't care about the car. The car was crashed, but all she cared about was the helmet, man. It was a good thing that she did get her stuff back. And it got her helmet back. Also the okay matchup. Let's talk about the main event as we see the second North American championship qualifier, Finn Balor taking on your guy, or however you feel about him
Well, it
currently.
used to be.
I
I
mean,
don't know right now.
the Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen
Now,
Dream.
obviously,
Yeah,
there was a back and forth great match. Actually, it was
yeah, it was actually a good match.
a long. However, the problem was none other than Cameron Grimes. Man. Hey, that's the guy I'm going for. I don't care if it's way too early to go for I'm going for my boy Cameron Grimes to win the North American champion. Yeah. He came in, climbed that ladder, and said he coming for that North American champion and take it to the moon, straight to the moon. However, when I saw Cameron Grimes, I just knew everybody else in that match was gonna come out. And man, boy,
And
man,
it had too much booking at the end. It was
it
just
did
too
have,
much.
because at that point I felt like, okay, maybe this would be a 6 man tag, because like I thought it was gonna be a double disqualification and have a 6 man ladder match instead. NXT is known to have 6 man, like 6 man or 6 woman match things, but they surprised me with that. They surprised me with that. Dream getting the win over Balor, obviously with none other than Tim Thatcher. You know, hitting Balor obviously, which led to Dream putting the Dream Balor driver and hitting the elbow, obviously the purple Rainmaker, which actually I give that one a B. Solid good matchup.
Hmm. Well, hey, Velveteen Dream, he's doing his heel, you know, character now. Um, you know, I see he's trying to do things to make sure people know he's a heel, wearing black, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
However, man, NXT Takeover, man, NXT Takeover 30. You got SummerSlam coming in. I mean, the Thunderdome, man, for all things, man. How what match are you looking for Takeover 30? Let alone SummerSlam? Because for me, I think the one match I'm truly looking forward to in NXT Takeover 30 for me is pretty much the North American Championship. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I'm definitely looking for. I was just getting ready to say that North American title match, and I'm looking forward to the pre-show match.
yeah, for me, it is the North American title match. I mean, like, for me, like, I would guarantee say I was gonna say Cameron Grimes gonna win the title, but in a way, I feel like the only person who could win it is obviously Gargano or either Cameron Grimes for me. But I feel like I'm going Cameron Grimes still, but I know they're gonna have Gargano win it. See, obviously, it's really rare for WWE to ever have, and I'm talking about Bronson Reed. Uh, it's really rare to have somebody to get a lot of momentum and straight up just win the
Right,
title. I
up and
mean,
comer like him too.
yeah, cause like the last time you ever seen somebody like gain a lot of momentum, like they just had number wins after wins after wins after win, and then won a title. The last person I could think who done that was like Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam 2013, and that was like years back. So, and then Damian Priest, it's just hard for me to believe in him compared to what it was like earlier this year and last year. So, because like his rivalry with Cameron Grimes and Balor, it was kind of like confusing a little bit. So
I would really like to see him win it because he has tried so many times to win a title. But I would be elated if Cameron Grimes would win it because he's such a good character.
exactly, man. I mean, I can believe in him, but I feel like, and obviously, like my co-host, he said he guaranteed that Dream was not gonna win that match between him and Balor, but we can
I
we,
did say that.
but I'm pretty sure from me and my co-host that we guarantee he's not for winning North American
Oh
title.
no, he's not going to
If
win
he
that
win the North
title.
American champion,
He's not
I,
going to
I
win that
will
title.
if he was North American title, I will release a statement saying that I am the worst predictor of all time, man. Just thinking about that North American title, man. Either way, I see Grimes with it, but I know that he's gonna put Gargano with it, actually. For
I
me.
can see Gargano winning it though, but I wouldn't like that to happen. But I can see it happen.
So that's the match I'm looking for Takeover 30. However, the matchup I'm looking for to SummerSlam the most, man, it's good. It's a good set of matchups. I mean, obviously,
And don't get me wrong, Keith Lee and Karrion Cross is going to be a good match, but I'm
yeah,
not looking forward to it as much as
like
I am
yeah,
at
don't think we're
other times.
looking past the match. It was a pretty good matchup too. But it's just that ladder matches with these type of guys, with NXT, they be putting on some good like ladder matches. No matter like with men or women, they're all really good matches. However, SummerSlam has some pretty good matches, but that's one thing I do want to question about WWE on SmackDown, like let alone the Intercontinental Champion. Why they say they're booking the matches on SmackDown so they just put them on the pay per view?
Right, right. I seen that.
Like I get the fact you're trying to make it seem like the workhorse title for SmackDown and so like that, especially the fact that Braun haven't defended his title since Money in the Bank. For all I know, I mean,
But I'm telling you what they're getting ready to do. They're gonna put the Intercontinental title on Payback.
I wouldn't mind if they like get it. Well, I mean, I would love for them to get a title to like Big E again. Because I thought, well, I know they were like fast with Big E like that, but it would be great to put him like on the title though. So
And he need to change to another finisher. I like the muffler stretch
no,
as
I'm good
something
with.
to break somebody down,
No, he
but
good with that.
not a finisher move though.
No, I'm good with that. Cause I mean, finisher. I mean, let alone the big ending. Then you got the stretch motherfucker submission. Like that's good for me. That's for me. So, but as for SummerSlam, the only match I was just really looking forward to actually, really, is just that Randy Orton Drew McIntyre matchup. Honestly, I mean, it's pretty well built though. People looking to see Randy winning for 14. It's been a while since Randy Orton won a title. He hasn't won a title since 3 years. So, uh, then with Drew holding the title, I mean, I'm looking forward to see like how well he's gonna do with Randy Orton. Now that Randy Orton got over him more than McIntyre has done. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually looking forward to the Universal title matchup too. You know, obviously we,
If there's no playing a
it's
goofiness in it.
yeah, especially the fact that me and my co-host, mainly my co-host, been talking about how much Braun Strowman. And I'm pretty sure it's not even Braun Strowman's fault really. It's really WWE's roster's
Right.
fault. How much of a goofball this man is. Like they're doing dancing with the New Day, Team Notes on Child at WrestleMania, let alone. Uh, and then doing all some like crazy, like trying to do some funny like skits and stuff. Like
Like playing the cello
yeah, and then
when he
like
was going against
Elias,
Elias at the time.
and like now this man, bald headed man, turned on, didn't care about Alexa Bliss, care about the universe. Well, actually, don't even care about the universe. He actually just care about destroying the Fiend. And so I'm looking to see how this is gonna work out. My question is really, how does the Fiend actually feel about Alexa Bliss?
Cause this be a double turn.
I don't know how this can be. The one thing I don't want to happen, man, is just to see Otis comes in with a briefcase. I mean, imagine you turn a serious, good rivalry now. Like it went from like okay, weird and
They gotta get that off of him.
like when you think about the Bray Wyatt and Strowman feud, for me it was like okay, interesting. So like kind of like boring in a way when because they kept on having like the Mrs. Rogers type Bray Wyatt, and also when they brought back the new face of Fear Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds, like it got more interesting. But then when they had the matchup, like it was like
Yeah, the matchup was kind of. Then they just let Strowman to just throw him all over the place. So
yeah.
and
So
then I didn't like the swamp match either.
not only that, man, yeah, it was kind of disappointing. However, I feel like I mean, we all knew like, oh, they were gonna have regular Bray Wyatt too, and then either worlds. They have like a part 3 with the Fiend. I really hope this lead up to the Fiend, because really, actually, no, the Fiend needs to win the match, really, because after like,
You know what? I believe they're gonna have him being like the new Undertaker, where
yeah,
he's gonna change good guy, bad guy, but you're gonna accept who he is, really.
exactly,
Kind of like Kane also.
obviously.
So he's gonna be one of those characters like that.
I mean, we gotta be honest. I mean, the Fiend does need a win after like Goldberg, which is still disappointing. We still gotta talk
That was
about that
the
at a later time.
dumbest thing WWE could have
Talking
did.
about it another time. However, then even though it was the most brilliant thing someone ever came up with, some people might not like it because like it wasn't really wrestling to it. But I was gonna talk about the Firefly Funhouse match, and ever since then we just haven't seen the Fiend since. So the Fiend. So the last time the Fiend actually legit had like a good win was over Daniel Bryan the strap match. So the Fiend needs to win at SummerSlam, honestly. Oh, more than Strowman does. So with that, I'm looking forward. So don't forget, I'm looking forward to Takeover, and I'm looking forward to SummerSlam.
Well, that's two. I'm looking forward to both of them, but that's two wrestlers that WWE is really, really trying to protect, so they won't look too bad. And that's Bobby Lashley, and that's the Fiend on the other side of things.
Yeah. So with that, I'm looking forward to NXT Takeover 30. I'm also looking forward to SummerSlam, obviously, but I'm also looking forward to this WWE Thunderdome they got going on, starting on Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. As far as NXT go, I doubt they're gonna do NXT because they never mentioned it. I really hope they do NXT
I think they are.
because they've never mentioned NXT for the Thunderdome, so they just said SmackDown, SummerSlam, and Raw. So with that, I'm looking forward to that. I'm pretty sure my co-host looking forward to that. Make sure you guys still try to register yourself into the Thunderdome. We are planning on doing that also, and check us out maybe on SummerSlam. I'll probably take over. They even count NXT, hopefully. So with that, I'll leave my co-host for the outro of our CWR podcast.
Hey, you guys, y'all take care of yourself, take care of your health, man. Drink plenty of water, and go out there and register to vote. If you haven't registered, please go out and register to vote. Hit that subscribe button, click that bell, and smack up those likes from Mr. Hardbody himself, the DOC, and my host, the JKD. We bid you a farewell.
Yep.